my eyes were really opened through that work about the challenges that are seen both in urban and rural areas. That report actually unveiled that 27% of students in Michigan do not have access to what the FCC classifies as the most rudimentary broadband internet access. And it's a tragedy. So Merit has steeled itself to actually launch this program called the Michigan Moonshot, which I describe as a comprehensive solutions framework that will help communities and citizens understand the extent of their problems, to really importantly measure broadband access in the state. And this is an issue that is, if you're in this area, you hear a lot about it. In fact, our own Senator Gary Peters last week is supporting legislation called the Broadband Data Act that is all about mapping broadband data better. And the reason I mention this is because there is money for broadband. The feds released tens of billions of dollars to support broadband infrastructure build-outs, yet they don't know where to go because the data mapping process they have is so fatally flawed. This is a huge national conversation. So this is an area where there is money, they just don't know where and how to spend it best. So it's really interesting. You asked me about the differences in rural and urban areas, and I'd like Dr. Bauer, when he gets a moment, to talk about the study they did called Broadband to the Neighborhood, the Digital Divide in Detroit. And the difference in Detroit is that it's really about affordability. So affordability is driving citizens to make choices between ISP services that are very robust to their homes or using their phone as a mobile network device. And that's why the problem exists in Detroit. It's really about affordability. In the rural areas, it's really about infrastructure. It's expensive, it takes a long time to build, wired or wireless, and there's a lack of it. So, but both those situations evidence themselves the same way. I have traveled all around the state, and I have seen families outside of libraries on cold, snowy nights in Michigan in their cars using free Wi-Fi at 7 o'clock so they can complete their homework. This is something that should not stand. And in Detroit, families are, bringing their students to McDonald's to complete their homework. And this is holding people back from their full potential. So that's why we've launched the program.
Great.